All right, thank you for visiting us for the May I Borrow Your Glasses video tutorial series. We have an interesting topic today to talk about. It's going to be fairly quick, but it's very important. It's the anatomy of a Twitter post or a tweet. Now, there are some very important points to take into account. Three different things, I guess: an @ symbol, the hashtag or pound symbol, and your characters that are allowed to use, which are 140. That's the magic number. 140 characters would be the maximum amount that you can use for a Twitter post. And I will dive into that a little bit more at the end of this video tutorial. So the first thing that we'll focus on here would be the @ symbol. So the @ symbol is used when you are going to refer to someone. So think of it as, introducing someone into a conversation. So when you're talking, you would say, "Oh, and here is my friend Matt." And you could either, grab them by the shoulder and bring them into the conversation. That's very similar to an @ symbol. So you're bringing someone into the tweet by saying their name with the @ symbol. So every single username on Twitter needs to have the @ symbol in the beginning. It's one and the same with a Twitter handle. You cannot use a Twitter handle without an @ symbol. It always has to be the first thing at the beginning of a Twitter handle or a Twitter name. And if you don't use that, it will not tag the person in that tweet, and they will also not be notified that you were talking about them, were using them in a conversation, wanted to bring them into a conversation. It will have no use to mention their name or handle if you do not use that @ symbol at the beginning of the name. And now, of course, it is very important to make sure that it is one in the same with the name, so it does not have any spaces in between. So it's the @ symbol and then the name. So for example, for our professional Facebook page here, we do have Chelsea's Glasses as one of the names. So it would be @ symbol and then Chelsea's Glasses with no spaces in between any of the words. Now, the second biggest point of a Twitter post or of a tweet or the anatomy of a tweet on Twitter is going to be the hashtag or pound symbol. And the hashtag has various uses throughout different social media outlets. Of course, it did have its start on, or it gained popularity on Twitter, and then it has now migrated into Facebook, Instagram. Lots of different outlets are now using it. But on Twitter, it is very important to use it correctly. What you're going to do is categorize your posts based on what you're mentioning with hashtags. So for example, if we were to post this video on Twitter, we would use hashtags or a pound symbol and then a keyword similar to videos or tutorials. So we would put the hash symbol, no space, and then we would put the word video. So when you do that, what it's doing is putting this tweet, this post, in the same area as every other Twitter post that is talking about videos. And so you may get extra followers, you may have other users notice what you're doing or come across your username or post just based off of curiosity from those hashtags. So it's very important to realize how those can be used, and I will focus on those more in depth in a separate tutorial that just focuses on the appropriate use of hashtags. But this is just a basic tutorial this time. We'll dive in a little bit more next time. So the third and final thing that makes up a Twitter post would be the amount of characters. Now, Twitter only allows you to use 140 characters. So this is important because you need to get your point across within that amount of space. So oftentimes what I suggest is make sure that you're not using extra words that are unnecessary, and that any vowels that you can cut out, you do. Now, there are extra services if you do need to get a link onto your Twitter post, or something that's a much longer than 140 characters, there are services that can make your Twitter post much smaller in order to get it all within one tweet, get it all within 140 characters. So it will condense it down into one little link. Thank you for joining us today for the May I Borrow Your Glasses video tutorial series. We hope to welcome you again and hope that this was useful for you. Have a wonderful day.